I think one of the saddest moments a person can experience is realizing they kept ignoring themselves while trying to believe in someone else. You remember the strange feeling, the moments that did not sit right with you, the little things you kept brushing aside because you wanted the connection to work. And maybe you told yourself, they would never hurt me like that. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Maybe things will get better. But deep down, your intuition kept returning to the same feeling over and over again. Not to ruin the relationship, not to make you fearful, but to protect you. And that is what we're talking about today. The quiet pain of realizing your intuition was trying to warn you all along. There's a certain kind of sadness that comes from realizing you were warning yourself the entire time. Not everybody talks about that part. People talk about heartbreak. They talk about betrayal. They talk about being disappointed by someone they trusted. But they do not always talk about what it feels like to remember all the moments your intuition tried to protect you before everything finally became clear. The small pauses, the strange feeling you could never fully explain, the moments where something inside you felt uncomfortable, but you pushed it aside because you wanted things to work. Because sometimes hope can be stronger than honesty. You want to believe the person cares the same way you do. You want to believe the connection is genuine. You want to believe your fears are just fears and not quiet warnings. So you stay patient. You keep giving chances. You keep trying to see the best in someone who keeps making you question yourself. And little by little, you start ignoring your own instincts just to keep the peace. That is what hurts so many people afterward. Not only what happened, but realizing they kept abandoning their own feelings while trying to protect someone else's image. And the truth is, many people have experienced this without admitting it out loud. That moment where you sit alone replaying everything. Suddenly, old conversations sound different. Old memories feel different. Things you once brushed aside begin to make sense. And you realize your intuition noticed the truth long before your heart was ready to accept it. That realization can bring a lot of emotions. Sadness, confusion, regret. Not because you wanted to be correct about someone hurting you, but because you genuinely hoped you were wrong. You wanted the friendship to stay safe. You wanted the relationship to stay honest. You wanted the person you cared about to handle your heart carefully. And maybe that is why so many people ignore their intuition in the first place. Not because they are weak, but because they love deeply. People with kind hearts often try to understand others before protecting themselves. They explain behavior that should not have to be explained. They keep waiting for consistency from people who only offer temporary comfort. And sometimes they become so focused on keeping the connection alive that they stop listening to themselves completely. But real connection should not require constant confusion. You should not have to keep convincing yourself that everything is okay when your mind and body are struggling to relax around someone. Peace feels different. Peace does not leave you constantly overthinking simple conversations. Peace does not make you afraid to express how you feel. Peace does not force you to ignore your instincts just to avoid disappointing someone else. And maybe this is something many people need to hear today. Your intuition is not there to punish you. It is there to guide you. Sometimes it shows up quietly, not through words, but through tension, through discomfort, through the feeling that something is off, even when you cannot explain why. And when you keep continuing ignoring that feeling for too long, eventually reality catches up. Not to embarrass you, not to shame you, but to remind you that your inner voice deserves your attention too. So if you are thinking about someone right now, someone who made you question yourself, someone you kept defending even when your spirit felt unsettled, please stop blaming yourself for caring. Caring is not the problem. The lesson is learning not to lose yourself while trying to hold on to someone else. The lesson is understanding that your feelings matter too, that your peace matters too, that trust should not feel confusing every single day. And maybe from this moment forward, you begin listening to yourself sooner. Maybe you stop talking yourself out of what you feel. Maybe you stop waiting for undeniable proof before protecting your heart. Maybe you finally understand that your intuition deserves the same trust you give so easily to others. Because the right people will not require you to silence yourself just to keep them in your life. Together, let's move from doubt to power, one story at a time.